Okay, so this is the shawneydepp origin story. Some of you may know, some of you may not know. Maybe you know a bit of bits and pieces of how I, actually come about doing like travel videos, making travel vlogs, and this video will kind of explain the full story to you guys. So let's just rewind the clock way back, like 8 to 9 years ago. Now that is a long time. Hey guys, I'm gonna do a cover song. I started this channel as a musician, like I was singing, I was playing the guitar. YouTube just came about with that, and it was the era of like skits and doing covers, so I was on board on that. And I should have bought you flowers and held your hand. To be very honest, as in yes, I can play the guitar, I can hold a bit of a tune, but I wasn't great. Okay, I wasn't amazing, and I was doing like, I was still having fun. I always had dreams of being like a singer, a rock star, and whatnot, so I was like just pumping out covers and even writing my own songs. I was doing like stupid music videos for fun. Don't feel like doing anything, cause I'm kept along if you feel like that's what you wanna do. Music was my first love. I wasn't into any type of like photography or videography, and often times friends would like criticize me for like copying them, because like my friend would like take a shot of this beach over here and I would like copy them and take the exact spot. So I had zero talent in terms of like photography. And then fast forward to when I was about to finish my army, a couple of friends reached out to me, and asked like, hey, want to do like short films because and skits, because we were very inspired by Wong Fu Productions, which is like the OG American YouTubers. The Singapore YouTube scene wasn't even like established. It was still very fresh, and we just wanted to do like short films and skits. And if you guys know who this group is, it's called Snap Productions. So we're a bunch of dudes just wanting to create like short films and skits. Some of it we are still very proud of it, but some of it also it's super cringe. It was a pivotal part of my filmmaking career, whatever you want to call it, because that was when I really truly picked up like filmmaking and making videos. Like that was my entry point. So like I really have to give a huge credit to like the guys from Snap Productions, Glenn, Devin, Chris. They were the guys that helped me learn about photography. And then it got to a point where I finally got my very first DSLR, which is the Canon 550D. Now that was like the OG camera for everyone. Like a lot of people started out with that camera. That was the point where I started to really understand filmmaking and photography. Like I was taking photos everywhere and anywhere I went. I was studying and I graduated, and that's where I had my grad trip. So just to again give you guys a bit of background and context, as a kid when I was young, I actually didn't really get to travel that much. I did travel with my family to a few trips, but it was not like it was every year. So basically, I wasn't a very well-traveled kid lah. So really from that grad trip, then I started to travel a lot more. So from this very first grad trip, which we went to Bohol, Philippines, that's where I shot my first travel video. Well, not really travel video, but it's actually a music video. Yeah, it's super cringe. I need a holiday to get me far away. It's my original song, a music video of my original song. It actually did quite well. Like, it actually did quite well. That was kind of like my very first overseas project, and at the same time I was very inspired by this creator called Devin Supertramp. Now I'm not sure if a lot of you know him, but he's again one of the OG YouTubers, and at that time he was shooting a lot of like travel videos and shooting amazing videos and footage of like Maldives, Africa, Hawaii, a lot of nice nature stuff, and I was super inspired by that. I really wanted to be like him. I wanted to capture the world like he did. That's also the reason why I picked up like filmmaking and really planted the idea of like making travel videos. With that grad trip, I told myself like I'm gonna travel a lot more, and with every trip I was pretending like I was creating like the best travel video I could ever create. At the same time, I again then started to do like a bit of freelance work to kind of support myself. I was also very lucky to have a friend that was in the travel company, and they wanted to feature like all of the hotels and properties, and I even got to travel to Bintan to shoot like the resort. So that was an amazing opportunity. That was actually my first ever like paid project as a freelancer. I was going to like the forums, trying to look for jobs. I started out shooting like proposals, events, weddings. I got into weddings, and that is how I kind of supported myself and save up for the trips. And also I was teaching part-time at a music school, guitar, a bit of vocals. So yes, having this part-time job really acted as a cushion for me when the freelance jobs weren't coming in, and most importantly, it allowed me to have this flexibility. Like I had no full-time commitment, and I was able to like do YouTube and travel and create content whenever I can. So that was the most important thing for me. As I traveled, I shot more stuff and slowly kind of like garnered a bit of a portfolio. Went to places like Vietnam as my first solo trip, to like New Zealand, which was beautiful. And so at that point of time, I think a couple of like 1 to 2 years, I was thinking to myself like, let's just try to get a bit of sponsorship. Let's try and get some free stuff from free travels or free tickets. I've been doing it for like 2 years, and I started emailing to like companies. Yeah, as expected, it was either no response or like just rejection. Like at this point, my goal was simple. Like all I wanted to have is to be able to travel for free. I would just capture the best content that I can do. Yeah, I started emailing, and then I came across this local company which kind of really changed things. Like it was again another pivotal point that kind of really set me on this path. This company is called thesmartlocal.com. So I emailed the Smart Local, and I think I came at the very right time, because the Smart Local back then, the video team wasn't established, and the main videographer actually just left the company. And at the same time, the Smart Local kind of got a gig with Changi Airport Group, and it was to feature like Southeast Asian destinations. I think I couldn't have came at a better time, and I eventually even got the job, like as in I wasn't working with them full time, but it was an ad hoc basis, and I even got paid to shoot like the travel videos for them. So that was like, and through this Smart Local gig, I got to meet very awesome people and friends. People like Belle, Beatrice, Alvin. We really enjoyed ourselves traveling and shooting together. It was such good times. And of course, people like KG and Thomas, really awesome friends as well. But I definitely have to give credit to the Smart Local for giving me this starting platform. And of course, Belle, she was the one that really gave me a lot of opportunities, both for travel and work outside of the Smart Local. And I've been able to be where I am today because she was putting out the good word for me. And of course, Beatrice for allowing me to work with Klook and have more travel opportunities. And it was only from this like whole gig with the Smart Local that I actually had the chance to put my name out there. And then slowly like the travel jobs started to come in, and a lot of opportunities, both paid and non-paid, came in, and I was just starting to travel a lot more. When you talk about like travel vlogging wise, again, I was shooting mostly like cinematic travel videos. Like I wasn't really talking to the camera, so like I was so bad. Like I'm so bad at talking to the camera.
I also do film. Yes, I also do film production.
But I thought to myself like I cannot always be doing just like travel videos with like music, and then I felt like I need a personality behind the camera, and just wanted to showcase more raw moments and be more relatable. So I started a travel vlog, and the very first like video that I really travel and vlog was the Mount Bromo trip, which was actually my first trip with KG, right? It was so memorable. Like yeah, that was the first like trip that I actually really vlogged. And then again from there on, I was creating both like travel visuals and vlogging during my travels. And then from there on, you know, I was shooting a lot of like client projects, which were like overseas projects, and I would like just vlog and document the experience. And yeah, that's how I kind of like have a lot of travel content. Like again, I'm not like someone that's really huge or famous or has big numbers, so a lot of my leverage comes from my filmmaking skills. So people usually hire me as a videographer rather than like an influencer or YouTuber. So moving forward, my end goal and dream is to be able to do YouTube full time, because this is where I'm like truly 100%, 120% passionate about. And you know, hopefully in the near future, like this would actually happen. I really do want to produce more original content here on this channel. It's my baby for 8 to 9 years, so yeah, who knows, but this is my origin story, and I hope you enjoyed this little background on how I came about being a travel filmmaker and a vlogger. That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe and join in the ride for more adventures, more good stuff, more good stories, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye.